still staying with developments in Rivers State, the Ijaw National Congress and the Rivers State Elders and Leaders Forum have rejected the alleged plots to use the Rivers State House of Assembly to impeach Governor Siminalayi Fubara. Both groups reacted separately, where they told the Minister of the FCT, Nyesom Wike, to leave Governor Fubara alone to concentrate on leading Rivers State to prosperity. They also asked President Bola Tinubu to call the former governor to order. The president of INC, Professor Benjamin Okaba, called for an urgent intervention from the federal government to avert another crisis. Well, for more on this, I'm joined by a public affairs analyst, Taiwo Olakpade. Taiwo, thank you so much for joining us on this topic.
Good afternoon, and thank you so much for having me.
Now, earlier in the week, we actually saw Governor Fubara's attempt to visit the legislators to no avail. Again, he writes to them seeking to represent the budget. Now, do you see the governor's attempt, how do you see the governor's attempt at the moment?
Okay, thank you very much. I think, sincerely, whatever might have happened in the past between the camp of Governor Fubara and that of FCT Minister, Mr. Nyesom Wike, I think they should have allowed the past to be. Particularly with the ruling, I think about 2 weeks ago, that the judgment from the Supreme Court, I want to believe, had laid all these matters to rest. And you can see every move by the governor to comply with the ruling coming from the Supreme Court. And we have also seen the attitude from the lawmakers to also, in one way or the other, want to frustrate the efforts being made by the governor. You gave the governor, after that ruling, 48 hours to represent the 2025 budget as directed by the Supreme Court. And the governor, despite saying that he is ready to comply with all the rulings of the Supreme Court, like even conducting a fresh local government election. And we have seen the breaking news as regards INEC releasing updated voters register for that repeat of that local government election that we hold in August. So at this moment, it looks like the ball is in the court of members of the Rivers State House of Assembly, particularly the one recognized by the Supreme Court, which is led by Honorable Martin Emewule. So I expect, particularly in the overall interest of the people of Rivers State, they should sheathe their sword. There's no need for all these. Now they're also coming up with the Chief Judge of Rivers State. All these tactics, delay tactics, frustration moves, and the likes, it won't do anyone any good. And whether we like it or not, the Rivers State House of Assembly Speaker, Martin Emewule, he has nothing to lose per se.
Well, you talked about them, sheathing their sword.
They need to sheath their sword, yes. Because particularly
we've seen the governor, coming to terms with, just
that's the reason why I said
exactly.
That's the reason why I said.
I was actually going to ask.
Okay.
Don't you think that it is already too late to get, or would you say that it is already?
It is never too late
to get these warring factions on a round table.
It is never too late, and it's better to be late than never. It is never too late. And that's why I said in my introductory remark that it is high time that the two parties allow the past to be, particularly with the verdict coming from the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court ruling, as whether we like it or not, has given the backing to, should I say, the side of the minister of the FCT, but they shouldn't also overdo it. Because what they did to the governor on Wednesday by shutting the door of the House of Assembly, it's like they're also contradicting the ruling of that Supreme Court. Because the Supreme Court ruled that the governor should represent the 2025 budget before the recognized House of Assembly led by Right Honorable Martin Emewule. So why do they refuse to allow the governor to come in? Why? And the governor said that he made several calls to the Honorable Speaker. He made several calls to the leadership of the House, and they are aware that the governor will be coming to represent the 2025 budget. So why? They can't claim ignorance. They can't say that they are not aware of this. We even saw the letter written and signed by Governor Siminalayi Fubara. I'm not on this television, national TV, to defend anyone. I'm saying it by the records that you can see. That's the letter sent by the governor, expressing his readiness to represent. What exactly do you want the governor to do in this regard? Right. The governor is not going to suffer. It's the people of the state. And please, 1 minute. I also, with due respect to our honorable justices at the Supreme Court, but I fought one of the rulings that says that government should hold the federal allocation and derivation formula, derivation money that is that should be given to Rivers State, because there was a precedent when former President Obasanjo was in power. He held on to the local government funds in Lagos State because Tinubu created additional local government. The matter got to the Supreme Court, and eventually the ruling was that the money should be returned to Lagos State. Though Tinubu had left office by then, but the governor that succeeded him, Governor Fashola, took that money. The ruling that the money should not be given until the needful is done. How do you maintain the civil servants in Rivers State? Who will pay their salary if there is no money coming to the coffers of the Rivers State government and other logistics?
All right, Taiwo. Now, earlier you did ask, why, they shut the door on the governor, and there has been rumors, of an impeachment. Do you think that there's a likelihood of this rumor of impeachment coming to reality? And what danger do you foresee if that happens?
In our Constitution, impeachment or removal is allowed against the governor, is allowed against the president if they have done anything in violation of the law, whether the House rule or our 1999 Constitution as amended, which is the grand norm in our country. So I'm not against whether impeachment or no impeachment. If indeed there are infractions on the governor that are verifiable, I won't say the House shouldn't go the way of the impeachment. But what is before us today shouldn't be a matter of impeachment or removal of the governor, except we want to further eat up the polity, which eventually we do not want any good. Because the Supreme Court that ruled did not rule that the House of Assembly should go and impeach the governor. The Supreme Court ruling did not also include that the House should remove the governor. Supreme Court ruled that the governor should go back and represent the 2025 budget before the Rivers State House of Assembly. The governor is complying. The ruling also says that the governor should cancel the election conducted in 2014, that there should be a new election to local government in Rivers, I think about 30 local government or thereabout, and the governor is already complying. The day has been set aside, August 9th or 11th thereabout. What else do you want Governor Siminalayi Fubara to do in this regard? And like I said earlier, when two elephants fight, it is the grass that suffers. In this regard, it is the people of the Rivers State that are suffering. It's not the governor.
On our side, Taiwo. Thank you so much for taking time out to speak to us on this.
Thank you so much for having me.